Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today we're going to take a look at a Husqvarna K770 power cutter. This one needs a muffler. So the customer already took the old muffler off of this unit, and I am good with that. You know, I'm not a big fan of working on these dirty saws anyway. I mean, they're easy to work on, but they're always such a mess. And if the customer wants to do some of the messy work for me, that's great. The other thing about these power cutters and the mufflers is that, like this bolt that I'm pulling out of here right now, if you accidentally strip that screw head, from not cleaning it out before trying to loosen it, that particular bolt might require the dropping of several F-bombs in order to get it out. In the past, I've had to completely destroy a muffler, just tear it apart physically to gain access to that bolt and get it out of there. So if the customer wants to take care of that for me, I'm good with it. Now you'll notice that the muffler didn't want to go on here with the starter in place. So we'll get that backed out. This is a nice kit that Husky offers. The muffler, the gaskets, and the bolts all as one part number. You can see once the starter's out of the way that the muffler will bolt right on. And 3 of these bolts pass through into the body of the saw, but one of them, the longest, has a nut on the back of it. And you'll see here in a second when I flip this thing over where that nut lives. Look how tight it is in there. I mean, if that screw head is stripped, there's no just getting in there with a vice grips and turning it out or anything like that. So I got my finger on that nut right now. There's kind of a holder where it sits in there. And again, the rest of these just pass into the body of the saw. So we'll get them all kind of snugged down with the power driver, and then we'll tighten them by hand with a T-handle. I don't know what the actual torque spec is, but this is a big saw with big vibration. Get them good and tight so they don't come loose. Now, this saw also needs an anti-vibe mount replaced. The old one's already been taken off. You can see how the new one goes on here, kind of straddles the bottom of the saw. That black area right above the mount, that is where the serial plate tag lives. If you need to order parts for your saw, you're going to want to look for a model number and a SKU number on that. So there's a support plate and a couple of bolts. I never worry about cleaning any of these parts. You can't keep these saws clean. I'll snug these down by hand to get them good and tight. Alright, with our anti-vibe installed, we're now going to put the starter assembly back on. This couldn't be simpler, just 4 screws. But you do have to get things lined up and settled into place. A little pull of the cord there and you'll see that it dropped down flush where it belonged. Don't try and crank anything down without it dropping down and being flush. It's a big starter assembly and they're not cheap. Alright, we were missing a clamp here on this hose. So we're just going to install a new clamp for the customer. These factory original clamps, all you got to do is squeeze them together and they lock into place at the right tension. Done. So the way I got this sitting on the bench, you wouldn't have been able to see the installation of the belt or these covers, so I just kind of skipped over that. But right where I have my finger now, there's an inspection hole, and you can feel the tension on the belt. And just by turning this one bolt, a spring-loaded mechanism pre-tensions the belt. Then you can reach up in through that hole and confirm the tightness of the belt. I like to use that hole to inspect the belt. So you can reach up in there and you can feel if it's frayed or got any bad spots in it. Once you're happy with everything, tighten down to 3 bolts on the head. We'll put our last water line on here. Now we're going to align some nuts that are located in this bottom cover. The reason for doing that is when we put the top cover on, if those nuts aren't aligned just right, you know, the bolts aren't going to start. The old filter just unsnaps from the cover, and then we'll snap the new filter into place. There we go. Now we can run the 2 screws down. And again, if those don't want to start, you'll have to take a pick and line up those nuts. And then we'll get the top cover on here. You'll notice here in a minute that the decompression button seemed really stiff. And I move it in and out a little bit to kind of loosen it up. Keep an eye on these decomp buttons on these big saws. It could be a source of an air leak, and you don't want that happening. So that's all I got for you on the K770 muffler swap and anti-vibe swap. Thanks for watching. Later.